UConn's streak of 14 consecutive Final Fours is over, and it was not a fluke as UConn got thoroughly outplayed by Ohio State. Let's do the post-mortem here. Gino summed it up best at the start of the fourth quarter when he said everything bad that they had done all season was on display in the game today, and it was the worst time for that to happen.
It's just, we picked the worst day to actually be doing the things that we've been struggling with all year long. And those 3 quarters, it's all caught up to us. And we got to figure out a way to reverse that in the fourth quarter.
What were the bad things to have happen? Well, let's do the postmortem right now. Basically, the 2 major issues were not talking on defense and turnovers. Turnovers, and more turnovers. 25 in total. This combined with Aaliyah Edwards picking up her 4th foul early in the third quarter. It was a touch foul, but hey, that's women's college basketball. Doomed UConn, which was surprising as initially UConn came out firing and looked like it was going to be their day at the start as they went up 10-2 on Lopez Seneschal and AZ Fudd hitting back-to-back threes, and then following that topped off by a transition open bucket by Aaliyah Edwards. The route was on, so you thought. But wait! After this, Ohio State took control of the game with the press and just totally unsettled UConn. Sheldon handled Nakia Mule, going for 17 points with only 2 turnovers in comparison to Mule going for 3 points and 7 turnovers. Throughout the season, there was tension between Mule and Gino as it was evident he knew the decisions that she makes with the ball at times could cost them dearly.
Yeah, I gave her the biggest hug, but I whispered in her ear, I still hate you. And she said something back that I won't repeat. So
it's dead, or their season was dead at approximately the 7:15 mark in the fourth quarter when they gave up 3 to 4 defensive rebounds and then fouled for a potential 3-point play. However, it was pretty clear in the third quarter that it would not be UConn's day when they were trying to make a run, but AZ Fudd could not finish at the rim twice as she missed a couple of layups. And then when Fudd had another fast break opportunity, instead of taking it to the basket, she pulled up for the 3-pointer, which she missed. The only UConn player that could get anything going was Lopez Seneschal. She shot 9 from 13 from the field for 25 points, which allowed UConn by some miracle to cut the score to 9 points with 3:20 left in the game. However, when UConn needed a stop, Ohio State was clinical, spread out UConn, and then was able to get a layup. So let's finish off this video with a bit of blame pie. The first piece goes to foul trouble for Edwards, who got in. Yes, her first and fourth fouls were ticky-tacky, but again, that's college basketball. It always happens. The second piece of blame pie goes to how poorly UConn shot from the free throw line. They were 7 from 15 for 46%. The one UConn player that will not get dessert is Lopez Seneschal, as she kept UConn in the game single-handedly. However, she did not have another running mate to go with her. So AZ Fudd, you need to take a piece of pie as well. Yes, you went for 14 points, but it was on 6 for 17 shooting, but her impact on the game was minimal as she was unable to hit her shot consistently from the outside. However, what was more glaring was that she clearly was unable or did not have the confidence to attack the basket. That was revealed by the 3-pointer she took in transition as well. With 2 minutes left, UConn had another chance to cut the deficit to single digits, and Fudd drove and threw the ball away instead of going to the basket and trying to get a 3-point play. Cut to Gino on the sidelines, hopping up and down, saying, "What are we doing?" But the largest piece of pie, and probably the reason Fudd really didn't have the confidence to go to the basket, well, that largest piece of pie goes to injuries. As injuries prevented Fudd from being the player that she can be, and as well, UConn lost arguably the best player in college basketball, Paige Bueckers. They cut to the sideline at the end of the game, and you could see Bueckers there. Few programs could lose Bueckers and be lucky enough to have a Nakia Mule step in. But as good as Mule was this year and how courageous she was for playing through the game with the sprained ankle, I think that should be acknowledged. She did twist her ankle, I think in the third or the fourth quarter. There was a difference, and that was revealed in the game as she was clearly outplayed by Sheldon, who controlled Ohio State and allowed them to win the game. If you're a UConn fan, you are hoping for health and that Edwards returns next season, but that's a long way away. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you've watched this long, then please give the video a like. Thanks a lot for watching.